Hey everyone, Brian from All Day Ruckoff here, and today we're talking about the GORUCK Bullet 10 Ruck. This is a really unique pack, and it's one of my favorite packs that GORUCK offers. The Bullet 10, as you can imagine, is a 10-liter pack. This thing is the current version of it. Retails for $145 currently on GORUCK's website. It's one of the packs that has been on sale in the past. So if you're nearing Christmas in July, maybe Black Friday, you might be able to score a deal on it. It is made of 1000D Cordura, and in the past they have had 500D variants, but Jason has said that they're going to stick with 1000D for the future. This video isn't exactly a review, it's more about the GORUCK Bullet 10 and then what I use the pack for. I've got 3 very specific use cases where I always grab the Bullet 10. So I'm excited to share those with you, as well as go through what makes the Bullet 10 the Bullet 10. As I mentioned, this thing's made out of 1000D Cordura. It's made in the United States. It's typical GORUCK build quality. So covered by scars. It's tough. I've seen these things go through lights. Haven't seen them at a tough yet, but I'm sure someone has taken them through a tough. I'm not worried about this thing failing. Looking at the front, you can see that there are 3 rows of webbing, 4 columns in each row. There's a slant zipper, and there's the 3-inch wide by 2-inch tall Velcro area. This design screams GORUCK. This is what all of their packs look like. The slant zipper, open it up, you've got a pocket that runs all the way to the bottom. If you're going to be using this thing for a everyday carry bag or for traveling, maybe don't put an unprotected phone or an unprotected tablet in there, because there's a chance you could drop this thing. Like I mentioned, it runs right to the bottom. If it hits, you could end up with a cracked side or a broken phone. None of those things are things that you want. Moving to the bottom of the pack, you can see that it's got a drain hole on it. That's in the event that you're using this thing for a GORUCK event. If you submerge this pack, it will drain. I guess you could take it swimming if you want, and then you would know that it would drain. If you're hiking and you're wading through a river or something, you'll know that at least the water won't stay in your pack. Everything else will be soaking wet, but at least the water will drain out. I don't use this webbing on the front for much. I like how sleek GORUCK packs look, and so I'm not going to put a huge pocket on here. And I really like how skinny this pack is. As you can see, it's a very skinny pack. It allows you to maneuver easily. This thing is not sticking far off your back. If you're traveling, using this in a new city, you can get on buses no problem. And your pack is not going to be in the way, which is really nice. So I'm not putting too much on here. I might run some cord through there to tie down a jacket or something, some elastic cord in the event that I want to secure something to here, but I don't permanently attach pockets to the outside of the bullet. As you can see from the side, there's no side webbing on this pack. It's a very sleek side. Quickly move to the back. You can see that there's 2 padded shoulder straps. They've got the nice GORUCK padding, and it's a really nice carry. There's webbing running up both sides, which is great if you want to attach an ITW Grimlock to this, or a sternum strap, or even a Peak Design capture clip, because I've done that before to carry my camera, and it's always handy to have. You can see that there's 2 pieces of webbing sewn across, and that's in the event that you want to run a hydration hose out the top. You can send it through there, and it's kind of like a built-in ITW Grimlock. So it will keep the hose at your side and not flopping all over the place. You might have noticed the top handle, it is just a single piece of webbing. So not like the GR1, GR2, GR3, the traditional very padded GORUCK handles. I have seen people in the past purchase standard padded handles off of our store and sew them into the top of the pack, and I hear that works pretty well. Have never tried it, but if you can find the right person to sew it in, it seems like an interesting bag hack. Moving over the other side, another sleek side. It's really nice how thin this pack is because it doesn't get in the way when you're using it. We've gone through the outside of the pack. It's a great looking pack. Zipper pulls all have the traditional GORUCK style where it's paracord with the adhesive tube over the side, heat shrunk on there. Some of my favorite zipper pulls. Opening this pack up, you can see that we've got a piece of webbing that comes down with a snap and Velcro underneath. What you can use this thing for is to attach a water bladder in here. You could attach your keys if you want. I mainly use it for a water bladder to run the hose right out the top if I'm going to be using this for rucking or for hiking. I don't take this pack hiking often, but if it's a really short hike, then I might bring it for that. There's this pouch right here, which you could use to store a tablet or possibly a really small laptop. I mainly use this for ruck weights and ruck plates because it's great for rucking. Flipping this thing over, you can see there's two pockets on this side. It's standard GORUCK right here. We've got the label made in the USA. We've got that top zipper, great for storing keys, something you need to grab quickly. Bottom zipper, maybe things that you don't need to get at right away. Cell phone charger, an extra battery pack, something that you want in your pack, but you don't need quick access to. Now that we've gone through this pack, I'm excited to go through the 3 use cases that I have for the GORUCK Bullet 10. First, it's a tearaway bag for when I'm traveling. So if I'm traveling, I'll probably bring my GR2 or my GR3. I do not want to cart a GR2 or a GR3 all throughout the city. Maybe if I was going someplace unsafe, I didn't trust the bags wherever I was staying. I don't travel to locations like that. So the places I go, I want to leave those giant bags behind. In the hotel room with all my clothes in them, I don't want to carry them throughout the street. What I will do is I will take this and I'll either put my shirts in it and use it as a packing cube, or I'll zip it up and just kind of fold the base in and I'll pack around it. And it really doesn't take up much room, but you get to your location, you can pull this thing out and use it as a day pack. It's perfect. It can fit my camera insert. Right now I use a Triple Out Design transport cube, which is great for my camera and up to 3 lenses. That will fit in here along with a water bottle, and there's still room for maybe a jacket or anything else you might be picking up when you're out and about. It is a great tearaway pack, and I know that was one of the main use cases when GORUCK made this. Second use case is for very light carry. My everyday carry is at least 1 laptop, sometimes a camera, multiple lenses, it depends. And that takes up a ton of space. My laptops cannot fit in this bag, so it's already off the table for everyday carry use. If I'm going to the park, I'm packing clothes, snacks for the 2 kids, and we're gonna, walk to the park. It's a great bag for that. Throw a couple snacks in there, throw some clothes in there, throw the juice cup in there. If it spills, just leak out the bottom, who cares? I've used and abused this pack, and I really don't care if something spills in it. So it's a great bag for minimal carry. If I'm going somewhere on the weekend and I really don't need to bring much, this is a great bag for that. This thing is small, it tucks away, and although it doesn't carry everything I need for my everyday use, It is an amazing pack for the weekends. Third and final use, where this is the bag that I just always grab, is for shorter rucks. If I'm going out 6 miles or less, or I'm walking the dog, taking one of the kids out in the stroller, I'll grab this pack. I keep this in the garage. And not only do I keep it in the garage, I keep it in the garage with a 20-pound weight in it, because I can just grab this thing, throw it on, and go. Blaine, who's the president of GORUCK, talks all the time about hiding the reps. He's talked about that on our podcast episodes, on the GORUCK show. He's a big fan of getting workouts in when you're doing other things. And so I have to take the dog for the walk. I love to take my kids on walks. Why not throw on a Bullet 10 with a 20-pound plate and get some rucking in while I'm doing it? I'm really busy, and so even if it is just a quarter of a mile, half a mile, maybe a mile extra, all that adds up, and it just helps me perform a little bit better at GORUCK events. We've got a 20-pound plate right here, so I'm just going to toss it in. Here it is. This one's from Titan Fitness, but it's very similar in dimensions to the GORUCK standard 20-pound ruck plate. You can see it fits in no problem at all. There's plenty of room for a bladder, for a jacket, whatever you need. This thing takes up hardly any space, and it's an extra 20 pounds when you're out rucking. I find that I ruck more if I make rucking convenient to me. So by having this Bullet 10 set up, sitting in the garage, near the stroller, near the leash, it means that I'll just be grabbing this pack more often. I've got buddies who keep one of these with a 20-pound weight in the trunk of their car. And they'll do that if they go somewhere and they end up rucking, they'll grab it. It's just a great way to hide the reps, get some extra miles in, and have a good time. So I'm going to throw this pack on real quick. One of the things I really like about the Bullet 10 is that even though it is a smaller pack, it's 10 liters, it fits people like me a lot better than, for example, the Echo. It is a taller pack, it's narrower, and it's thinner. And while the Echo is very short and stout, and it kind of looks like a kid's ruck on me, I think the Bullet 10 looks really natural on tall people. I'm 6'2", weigh about 175 pounds, and I feel like this looks very natural, and more important, it feels natural carrying it. So we're just going to zip this thing up and see how it fits. One thing that you probably didn't notice when I put this on is that it went on super easily. And I'm just drawing attention to that because some of the smaller backpacks, you find yourself trying to bite your arms through, and it's like you're putting on a coat that's too small or a suit jacket that doesn't fit. And it just feels weird trying to get it on. This thing, there's enough webbing on the sides and the straps are long enough that it's so easy to get on, and it just feels good when you're wearing it. So I'm just going to quickly turn around. You can see how this thing fits on someone who's 6'2", tall person, 175 pounds. This is what it looks like. There you have it. It's the GORUCK 10-liter pack. It fits and it feels really good. It does not have a frame sheet on it, so you can tell when I was turning that it forms more to the back right away than the GR1 or the Rucker, where you have to kind of work that frame sheet through rucking, PT, and events to make it really fit nicely. This thing comes off quick thanks to having enough excess strap. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love talking about packs and, more importantly, what I use them for, because I can always go through the details of the packs, but it's really how you use them which makes them unique and usable for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Would truly appreciate that. If you have any questions about the GORUCK Bullet pack, leave a comment. This is the current version of the GORUCK Bullet. I do have an original GORUCK Bullet which has the 2 pockets, and so if you want to see a comparison video between those two, just let me know. I can definitely set something up, but I went through this one because this is the pack that if you buy one off GORUCK, this is what you're going to get, at least for now, until they come out with a version 3 of it. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Would truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and remember, attitude is everything, keep yours positive, and drink hard, ruck harder.